Thank you. Yeah, I am a product area lead, and I come from ING Germany. Welcome everyone, and good afternoon, and thank you for being here, still being here. I hope I can make the time worthwhile. So, as you can see from the title, my presentation is about best practices and some unconventional ideas from an agile digital tribe and a hybrid mode. Wow, what a long title. As you can gather from the title, we work agile. I'll explain a little bit in a bit more detail later on what this means for us as a bank and also for our tribe. And ever since the pandemic, we've been working in a hybrid mode. Firstly, obviously only remote, but now, we're hybrid. And working agile and also working in a hybrid or in a remote mode comes with a lot of advantages, but also with some challenges. We as a tribe want to overcome these. And I think we've found some quite good practices and some ideas to overcome these challenges. Maybe some words regarding our tribe. So in the digital context, a tribe is like a big department. Our tribe is called Digital Leadership. We take care of all the digital front ends for ING Germany, so for the web and for the app channel. Me as a product area lead, I'm responsible for the web area, so that comprises the web banking and also the public website. Before we move on, maybe a bit on what you can expect. So my presentation is not so much on the what, as I think we've heard a lot about what people do. My presentation is a bit more on the how. And especially in a remote, in a hybrid setup, I think it's really important to look on the how and on the people. So I've brought some ideas, and I hope you can take some with you today. So what to expect? When I started to think about my presentation and how to structure it, I actually enlisted some help for the presentation. And where to go to in 2024? ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT, what do you need to look out for when you work agile in a remote or hybrid setting? And then I refined my answer. You don't need to read it. I refined my answer. What does this also mean on a personal level? And it came back with a lot, but I think we can narrow it down to sort of 5 main areas. So what you need to look out for is communication, it's collaboration, it's staying connected, you need to look at time management, and you need to make sure that you have a healthy work environment. So these are the different areas, the different categories that I will expand a little bit on, where I can hopefully give you some ideas on how to address these different areas. But before we go into that, first things first, I need to give you a little bit of context. I'd like to give a very short introduction of ING Germany, specifically, also some facts and figures, but also on us working and us being the first bank to go fully agile. And also a little bit on beyond working. Beyond working is the sort of phrase, the name that we give our hybrid setup, our new normal, I think it's also called in a lot of companies. So, ING Germany, some facts, we want to know it in detail. I won't go through everything, but what I would like to highlight here on this chart is, obviously we're the 3rd largest retail bank in Germany, so that's maybe important to know. We're fully digital, we don't have any branches. Customers can contact us through digital channels and also via the phone. And we are specifically proud on everything you see here on the right-hand side, our achievements, the different awards that we've won, everything also coming from the customers. So you see here, Trustpilot rating, we have 4 or 5 stars, and our apps, so the iOS and the Android have a very high App Store rating. So we're specifically proud of everything that comes from our customers and everything that comes also from our employees, and that's the one you see here on the right. Deutschlands bester Arbeitgeber, we also have a very high rating in this, and we won an award for this. Maybe also for you to have also some context, ING Germany operates in 3 different areas. The retail, so the private individual area is where I'm allocated. And we also have business banking, which caters to the needs of small and medium enterprises. And we also have wholesale business for big corporate clients. So, but everything that you look at, that you will hear from me for today, is regarding our private customers and the digital leadership tribe that I work for. Yeah, so the title of my presentation was same, but different, and ING actually tries to do things differently. So we've been Germany's most popular bank for 17 years, and we think this has a reason. We think it's also to do with our brand. We're seen as very human. We're an unbanky bank, so most of us don't wear suits like I am today. We're more the trainer type. I think we also reflect this towards our client. Our products are very clearly structured. We try to have our digital channels very intuitive, and we do a lot of customer research. Everything that is published has gone through testing. And yeah, this is sort of the relationship we want to have with our customers and with our users. We want to be seen as a friend and as someone who can relate and someone who can empower. So, and our vision is we want to be the most personal digital bank, and to do this, obviously, we've heard this from a lot of you from today, to achieve good things on the outside, it needs to be right on the inside, and this is what I would like to delve into a bit more detail in a few minutes. So, we were Germany's first Agile bank. In 2018, we decided to transform the whole bank to work Agile. And maybe very shortly, why did we do this? Yeah, we were hoping for a better customer experience because working Agile, you're very flexible. You can adjust to the customer needs very quickly. And I think I've shown you what our awards are, and what the ratings are. So I think, this has very much helped us to succeed in delivering a very good product to our customers. Shorter time to volume. I've mentioned this already. So very short development cycles, increased employee engagement. All the teams that work specifically also in our tribe are squads. They're multidisciplinary. They're very autonomous. They manage their backlogs by themselves. We do have a bank overarching project list and a prioritization, but on a day-to-day basis, the squads and all employees are very autonomous, and we believe that this also helps people to feel more comfortable in their job and feel valued and appreciated, because they have a lot of freedom also in their day-to-day work. More efficiency, and also ING Unite, because the whole bank operates to the same model, and you don't have units that are Agile, and you have other units that are not Agile. That's not the case with ING. We all sort of transform to the same model in different sort of sub-constructs, but everyone is sort of fully aligned when it comes to the different cycles that the banks go through, and also looking at the bank overarching prioritization. So maybe a couple of words to how we work Agile in our tribe. Our tribe consists of around 160 employees in currently 18 squads. Our squads are multidisciplinary, so we have IT colleagues, business colleagues, testers, UXers, and the teams are spread across 2 locations in Frankfurt and in Nuremberg. We work in sprints. Every sprint is 2, maximum 4 weeks long, and they follow a very strict and recurring meeting routine. They have dailies, plannings, refinements, so everything that I think most of you are familiar with. For every sprint, the squads commit to a sprint scope that is then delivered. And maybe also worth mentioning, because I will refer to that a little bit later, we track our topics, goals, and progresses, and other issues that have an effect on our delivery in our Obeya room. And I'll explain that in a bit more detail in a few minutes. So beyond working, I've mentioned this already. That's our name for the new normal, for the hybrid setup. So I think as most of everyone in the world in 2020, we had to adjust to the pandemic, and everyone had to go to the home office. And actually, this proved to be very successful in ING, and so successful that we're still in a fully flexible hybrid remote work. So every team agrees on which meeting routines and for which occasions they meet in presence at the office, but there are no mandatory office days. Yes, the bank obviously wants to see people coming to the office, because I think it's a very important part of our company culture that we also meet in person, but there's no sort of enforcement. There's actually a workers' council agreement that it's fully flexible and that everyone can arrange their work between office and their home office. Mobile working and working in the office have the same value. We give maximum flexibility to our employees, and we actually also have an equipment budget to adequately equip the home office with monitors, with docking stations and everything. So the bank fully supports this model. Okay, so now you have the context. Let's get going. So these are the 4 categories that I would like to take you through and give you some insights on how we actually work in our agile hybrid or remote setup. And the first one is time management. So we struggle a lot with having time to work. We sit in meetings a lot. If you work agile, you have a lot of daily routines, recurring routines during the 2-week sprints. And on top of that, we have more meetings. So what's sort of really an issue, and that became an even bigger issue during the pandemic, when you could really easily organize meetings because you didn't have to look for a room and you don't have to adjust for changing times. This became an even bigger issue. So we implemented some concepts to make time to work and not to sit in meetings. The first one I would like to present is, we call it One Rhythm. So the whole tribe has the same slots for the recurring meetings. So every squad does the daily on the same, obviously, day, and also in the same time slot. And this not only is relevant for the squad meetings, so the dailies, the refinements, the plannings, but also for the tribe meetings. So we have one big tribe meeting per month for chapter and for team meetings. It just frees up time for everyone in the calendars if the regular meetings are done in the same time slots. The next idea to have more time to work is what we call the Meeting Friday. So this is actually a little bit of play on words. So Friday, Freitag is Friday in German, and frei is also free. So, and it means that we as a rule do not have any meetings on Fridays. And this really allows focus time and to catch up on tasks that you weren't able to do during the week. It works quite well because we in the tribe, we all appreciate this, and more colleagues outside of the tribe are adapting to this. And also, if you tell them, we have this rule, Meeting Friday, would you mind moving your meeting to a different day, then they do that. Obviously, if you have like an emergency situation or something, it's always okay. But as a rule, we do not have any meetings on Friday. The next idea I would like to present to you is called the last day of school before the long summer break. So I guess you can all remember your time at school, and in the week before the long school holidays, there was nothing going on at school. So what happened is you would go to school, you would actually have a maths lesson, but the teacher would come in and say, it's the day, it's before school. Let's use the time to watch a film. And this inspired me for one of the meetings that we had as a team, where we had the meeting in our calendars. And I then told the team, we're not going to have the meeting today. Take the time and use it as you like. In this specific situation, the colleagues, I asked them to go outside because it was during the pandemic, go outside, go for a walk. And actually here you see some people took their dogs for a walk, including me. Some of them took their kids to the playground. Some of them went for a walk in the park. We actually did this then on a bigger scale also in our tribe, where everyone had the whole day free. So it was a surprise, and it was just unexpected time that could be used as they wanted to. And it was very, very highly appreciated. You may use it for a walk, or you could say, okay, maybe you want to work on clearing up your emails or whatever. But just give time back to the people from time to time. Okay, so next category is communication. Actually, this chapter could also be called the power of visuals. I believe very strongly in the power of visuals, specifically in a hybrid or in a remote setting, because visuals or pictures, photos, just can transport feelings and can lead to more open communication if you use a visual. So the next ideas that I would like to present to you is everything is all about using visuals. Yeah, this one is called Intro Pecha Kucha style. So I'm not sure who is familiar of the Pecha Kucha concept. It's a presentation format where you have 20 slides. Every slide is shown for 20 seconds, and you need to sort of finish your presentation in this time frame that you have. I slightly adapted this idea, and I used this idea for a team kickoff that we had recently, where I wanted the team to get to know each other. And I asked the team to select 10 different pictures to present themselves to the team. Normally, when you have a new team set up, people they tell you about how long they've been with the company, and maybe if they're married and have kids, that's also sort of maybe a more advanced, but they would tell you about previous job positions and everything. And I asked them to use visuals. These are actually my 10 visuals. I didn't want to bring the ones from the colleagues, but it really led to a more personal and open introduction presentation, and it works, as I said, it works very well for personal introductions, team kickoffs. Pictures are very powerful. And this is why this next example is also everything regarding pictures. So I guess you know team sessions or remote team meetings, and if you want to ask a question or if you have a contribution to the meeting, you use the raise your hand function in Teams. What I did for a specific meeting that we had in the tribe is I said, if you want to contribute to the meeting, don't raise your hand. I have a question here, and please put a picture as an answer to this question in the chat. So a couple of examples here are, what was your last or your best or your next or your worst holiday trip? What did you have for lunch or for dinner? What's your favorite animal? What's your best game ever? It works well in recurring update meetings where not everyone, but some people give an update, and it just makes it a bit more personal. And you get people talking, and you get this personal connection that often is missed in remote or in hybrid settings. What you need to watch out for is the chat. So if someone posts something in the chat, you need to obviously then see it, or you can ask a colleague to keep an eye on the chat for you if you use this. Check-ins, I think you all know check-ins. This is also something that I used recently. If you have regular team meetings and you want to know how the team is feeling, there's loads of different check-in methods. What I like to use is, this is a collage with, 34, I think, or 36 different pictures, maybe a bit small, it helps people to express their feelings and give you a bit more open and more personal feedback than they would if you asked maybe for a roadie or something. The more unusual and even extreme the pictures that can be selected from, the better. Can also be used for a close of a meeting. And I hope that after my presentation, you feel like number 14. So look out for number 14. Next topic, a category, is healthy work environment. So in a remote setting, and you need to and you need to make sure that the people are healthy, that they don't sit at their desk on the whole day. And for this, I also brought some ideas. The first idea is actually nothing to do with your physical well-being, but it's more an idea that I used in a year-end feedback. So we have a performance management system, and there's always a year-end feedback where you give feedback to the people on how their performance was, what their strengths are, where they need to improve. And this cupcake analogy that I used was to focus on strengths, on positive elements of the colleague, and not so much on the weaknesses. So you see here on the top left the ingredients. This is the skills and the strengths that people have. And on the right-hand side, the cherry on the cake are things that I specifically wanted to stress that are really sort of outstanding. And then the next cherry on the cake are slight improvements. So it's a kind of feedback with an analogy where people maybe can relate a bit more, and which makes it a bit more fun and not so much you have a Word document that you go through or you look at the system together. The next one is about taking breaks. What I always see in meetings that are longer than maybe an hour, you plan breaks, but people don't take a break. Yeah, you say, okay, we break up, and people turn off their camera, turn off their mic, and then during the break, they look at their emails or they make a phone call. And what we did in a big tribe meeting that we had at the beginning of the year, this was a 3-hour session. We had a major break of 20 minutes, and we organized the program for the break. We had different options. So in the main room, we had like a photo slideshow of pictures of the colleagues of the tribe in different events. In a different room, we had a magician, so sort of an online live magician show. And in the third one, we had a meditation session. We also had yoga breaks, we had quizzes. So we really sort of tried to make an effort to make people really take a break and not only switch off the camera. What we also do in the tribe is we take care of the brain. So we try to give inspiration to the people. And what we do is every year we have a voting of different topics. And then we have a third-party provider that gives webinars that are available for the whole tribe on different concepts, books, trends. It sort of gives inspiration and maybe sometimes also sort of a better use of your time. You don't have to read through, I don't know how many 100 pages the book has, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We had a 1.5-hour session, and you just really get the sort of the essence of the book presented to you. So this is well-being for the brain. What we also have, well-being for the body. We had tribe yoga sessions. So we actually also have this on a bank level, but we had specific sessions only for us on a weekly basis where everyone from the tribe could join. You didn't have to put your camera on. So very data protective, of course. You could participate in 45 minutes of tribe yoga. Okay, and now we are slowly coming to the end. The last category is called collaboration and staying connected. This I've mentioned in the first part of my presentation. We have an Obeya room. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this phrase. Obeya is a Japanese word, and it means big room or war room. I think it actually comes from being at war with someone, but in the context that we use it, it was first used by Toyota in 1993, and they created really a physical room where they collected all of the relevant data that was needed for collaboration and decision making. They used it in the development of the first hybrid car, the Prius. And we use it sort of in a similar way. We used to have a physical room where we had different walls, but now everything is digital, and we have different digital boards. And the Obeya room classically has 4 different elements. So you have at the top, you see the performance wall where you track OKRs, KPIs, so everything that tracks how well you're progressing towards your goals. You have the action board, that is where we collect all the impediments and where the management needs to take action. On the portfolio wall, the feature wall, as the name says, we show all the different projects and features that the squads are working on and discuss these. And the improvement wall is everything we want to improve, we need to improve more on a sort of way of working level and that is classically bottom up, where colleagues from the tribe bring this to the session, and then classically the leadership team takes these on. We do this on a monthly basis. It's open to all members of the tribe, and it really gives a very good overview on what's happening in the tribe and gives transparency and a good overview for everyone. What we also do is hackathons. We, as a tribe, participate and do different hackathons. We have one that is only for retail banking, and then we also have one that is bank-wide, where the whole ING in all the different countries participates. And obviously, this is also very, again, the possibility to give time to people to work on specific topics. So classically, the teams bring ideas to the hackathons, and then they have a dedicated time frame, 1 or 2 days, to work on this idea and to really accelerate it, and to be able to give priority to an idea that may not sort of be able to address in their daily work. Deep listening is also a format that we use in the tribe, and it's a quarterly session in which members of the tribe, and this is normally not someone from the leadership team, but people that work in squads, and they meet with the tribe lead and the IT lead, so that's sort of our bosses, and they meet to discuss topics. This meeting is not about solving topics or problems, but it's an opportunity to bring attention to ideas or to concepts or to challenges or problems to the leadership team. They want to discuss it. They discuss the topics to give really an understanding to the leadership team of what's going on. And the focus is on listening and, as I said, not so much on solving then these issues, but to let the leadership team know what's going on. You probably all know this as well, but we're very proud of our Fuck Up Award. So every year we have a big meeting, and in this session, everyone in the tribe can bring a mistake, a fail, a fuck up, anything that went wrong in the previous year, and specifically what happened, but also what they learned, what they changed during this fail. And we focus on the learning part and sharing what happened, and not so much on finger pointing, you did a mistake. So it's really valued and appreciated if you participate in this award and let others in the tribe know what happened. And yes, there's a prize. Last year it was a mug. This year it was like a little scrapbook. So they do get a prize, and the winner is normally selected by a jury. And the next idea, and that's also my last idea, is also about celebrating, but not so much the mistakes, but things that went really well. We do this on a quarterly basis. It's called the celebration wall. It's actually a Confluence page where anyone in the tribe can post a star, and the star is then, you can fill out who you want to award this star to. So someone who's done a great job, who had a really good achievement, a success, or even a thank you. You can post this to the Confluence page, and then we have the session, and every star is presented. Everyone in the tribe appreciates this, applauds, and it allows for people to get recognition, maybe for things that are maybe unseen otherwise. I've said everything, and actually, this is it. This is our slogan, do your thing.